Let's talk tech packs. What is a tech pack? What do we need it for? How can we best use it? So let's start with what is a tech pack. Tech pack is a technical package. And basically what it is it's think about it as a manual. A manual for whoever it is that's going to work on your garments to understand what goes into making this garment. So what is the garment going to look like? Fabrications, the finishings, details about sewing, measurements, everything that will help that person execute your product the way you want it to be executed. So what's included in tech packs? What do we include in it usually? Tech pack can include anything from pictures to CADs, as you can see here, digital CADs, details about constructions, details about finishings, details about trim and fabrication. As you can see here, what kind of stitchings, what kind of fabrics, information about labels, information about packaging, details about certain measurements that are important with this garment. Again, everything that will help that person who's going to produce your product understand how to do it, even if they haven't ever worked on your garment before. So the idea is to think of a tech pack as something that, think about IKEA. When you get a piece of furniture from IKEA and you have this manual that shows you 1, 2, 3, all the steps to do, that's pretty much a tech pack. It can be as detailed as that, and really can take you through the steps, or can be a little bit more general. But when someone does a tech pack, the idea is to think about all the questions that might come up during the production of this garment. Now, when do you really need a tech pack? There are a couple of things here that you should keep in mind. First of all, if you're specifically working on your development with a factory that is offshore, then you're most likely going to need a complete tech pack, because that factory is not going to work on anything for you without having a detailed tech pack. So whether they do your development or whether they're doing your production down the road, they'll need that. The way they calculate fabrics, the way they create the pattern, a lot of it is going to go back to the tech pack. So by the way, anything you won't mention on the tech pack, they wouldn't know of. Anything that is not updated on the tech pack, they wouldn't know of. So you really want to make sure that when you send tech packs offshore, they are as detailed as possible. Include pictures, include information. Think about that. You don't want that person who's going to read the tech pack to have any questions. Nothing that he or she will need to make their own decisions on. You want to figure out, how do I close all these holes on that wall that it's solid? No questions. All right? When you work with a pattern maker, when you work with especially on development, pattern maker, because I see that many designers create tech packs as the first stage. And again, there's nothing wrong with it, but if you really want to think about the full picture, if that tech pack is being sent, like I said, to a factory overseas to develop your patterns and your product, there's value to it. And you probably want to do it as detailed as possible. But if you're working with a pattern maker that you can meet with, you physically can show things to, tech pack has a limited value. And quite frankly, having a complete tech pack and spending money on making a tech pack and then going to a pattern maker might not always be the right thing. Because you can show a garment. You can show many of these things with pictures that you gathered, with sketches that you made, and physically explain that person what you want. So you can save yourself these few $100s on a tech pack. However, by the time you're done with development, when you're ready to production, this is the time when you should have a tech pack. because that will take all the information and everything that was done and decided on during development and put it all in one package. Now, a couple of things. TechPack does not replace pattern. TechPack might be a step towards making a pattern, or a step to explain the patterns down the road once the pattern is ready, explain certain things and showing some details, but it's not a replacement for a pattern. A pattern is still going to be needed. Okay, so keep that in mind. The other thing is, TechPack is really a living document. It will change. So when you go and create a TechPack for the first time, before you go into development, keep in mind that throughout the process, and especially by the time your pattern is concluded and you're ready for production, that TechPack should be updated with the latest information, with the latest details, with the latest measurements. You might start with certain measurements, you might start with certain details, but along the way of the development process, things will change, things will adjust. So you want your TechPack to be adjusted at the end to match your development, to match your latest pattern, to match your latest SOBI. So when I get, or factory gets your TechPack and you're ready for production, everything is there and everything matching all the other components that you will provide them, the pattern, the SOBI, and so on.